Hey Jim, it's Kiara. Are you at the State Meter?
I am.
I shall be there shortly.
Okay, see ya.
I'm not totally retarded. Oh, I have got to cover these up because I just don't know. I have pretty observant guys. They're not dummies out there. So you are going to be covered, at least for the time being. There's nothing I can do. Look at the truck I'm driving.
That looks familiar.
Well, it's actually a different loaner truck.
Oh, that's got a smaller rear area.
Yesterday,
What happened?
I'm at the Kirk and Morgan. I go to throw it into park and it locks up. Turns out I was told what happens, that mud gets underneath the carriage, and it happened to this other guy, John Lowry.
Yeah.
So somebody has to go in there. This guy's going to go under there with a screwdriver and chisel out the hardened mud.
Is it inside the transfer case or the transmission, or?
He
Oh,
said,
it's just in the linkage where
in
that
the
linkage
linkage
moves, so the mud gets in there and hardens up. Oh man.
So I go there first thing in the morning, and I'm like, and literally, and I had Kurt Brown come out, could not budge that arm. And then plus, once you shut off the truck, it's not in park, so it won't start. So
you can put it in neutral.
couldn't move it at all. And at first I was freaking out. I was like, those 4 Dickinson people, they're like costing me an arm and a leg.
You probably thought it was me. Yeah, that hook that fell out of the battery.
I don't know. Could that have like...
Nah.
Oh, okay. It's just coincidence. That did cross my mind. I'm like,
sure
did that fall in there?
Yeah, I'm sure it did. Well, I don't think it was me though.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
But I mean, it's day after day. So again, I had to call Grant, because now I'm on everybody's shit list. Oh, they sent out an email. Rory sent out an email in the middle of the night about how 3 times in the past few weeks, people have been unavailable by phone, and 2 of those were my incidences, when I was unavailable for 2 minutes and then unavailable for 25.
So you're not supposed to be able to do anything at night? You have to have your phone on?
In the shower, you're supposed to have the phone hooked up to your ear.
Or speakerphone.
On the crapper, or,
Yeah. Speakerphone.
God forbid you should have a social life at all.
What do they need to get in touch with you for?
Well, that first one, I don't know. Did I ever tell you about this oil to flare issue that...
Well, I saw a picture on your phone.
Yeah, oh, you saw that picture. There was a whole hullabaloo, which they do this cowboy thing of chasing production, which is not part of... Anyway, somebody sent oil to flare on my site, and they pinned it on me.
Was there somebody there watching it?
They had to be, because it was the Clio 1, which is down in a hole, and it was 10 o'clock at night. You can't see that flare unless you're in a helicopter or on location. And it was only in that flare pit. Somebody had to have done it and shut it in right then. But anyway, they tried to pin it on me, and I right away retaliated. I called Grant and I said, I don't appreciate somebody coming on, because he sends people, his little minions, like the Goonie, like and like this other guy Garcia, people that are like, they do their bidding, and they're lazy asses, except for they kiss ass at the same time. But they deny that this is happening, and all of us MSOs have been complaining that chokes are changed, back pressure regulators are changed and stuff.
But that's on locations that you guys are on.
It's my route. Somebody's going on my route, and then not only that, they knocked on my door. How does this happen? 10:30 at night, Grant and Dickinson, his call comes in. I didn't pick it up because I had just been working for like 13 days, and I'm like, I'm going to bed. 2 seconds later, somebody's knocking on my front door, because we live in corporate apartments now. And the guy who's knocking on my door, I share a wall with.
So that he got a phone call because they knew he was next door to you.
Right, but they're like, she was unreachable. Well, I'm like, Grant, all he had to do was even rap on the wall that we share, and he would So literally, he comes by, knocks on my front door, I answer it. What, this is 2 minutes and I'm unreachable? And then Grant lied and said, I've left 3 voicemails for you. I mean, they really were trying to set me up. Yeah, go to Verizon, produce those 3 voicemails. You know, there's no, and it's like, there was that, and then the other morning, my battery had died. Well, you know about that, obviously. 6:30 a.m. The Kirkland Morgan divert tank high tanked. And MBI actually acknowledged that they put too much into the divert tank from the water tanks. I had them shuffle over.
Really?
Yeah, no big deal. I always hit that one first anyway. So it's 6:30 and my battery's dead. I'm trying to find somebody. 7:52. I'm seeing Grant's test. You know, where are you? Blah blah blah. You know, this is high tanking. And I text him back, my battery's dead, I need to find someone. And a text comes back, you need to call me! And it's like, his hair is on fire, right? Hey, there's wells down all over the place, right? Mine's down for 20 minutes. They're just on my ass, is what it is. And not only that, on my route, 4 days prior, when the haulers couldn't haul the water, that place always needs to have water hauled. We were at the Dickinson meeting Tuesday. No hauling was happening that day. Grant said to me and Joey was going to run the route, not me that day. He said, go open all your water tanks at the Kirkland Morgan. Joey did not. Tuesday night, 7 p.m., high tank water, tank 2 comes in.
So if the water tanks had been open, it would have equalized.
Yeah, it was 4 was like 1 foot in there. Yeah. Tank 4, it was left closed. Nothing. I have to go on the next day, move the water around, open pressure down the wells. Hey, it's okay. His is high tanking at 7 p.m. On the same route. I mean, can they have more blatant discrimination? On the same route, same wells. It's okay if his are down for 18 hours, same thing. I have to come on and do all his work. Hair on fire if it's 25 minutes. Isn't that unreal?
That sounds aggravating.
Aggravating. I could just
be able to put up with it.
Well, when he actually called me and started to lie to me, say, I left 3 voicemails. You know, it's the second time. The first time I left 3 voice. Like he won't give it up because I said I don't appreciate people coming on my well, sending oil to flare and trying to pin it on me. And that's all I had. Like that was the voicemail message I had left him. So when he got me on the phone again, he was like lying. I have 3 voicemail messages, and I said, oh my God, I can't believe you're lying. I cannot talk to you. And I just hung up on him. I was like freaked. I was like, holy crap.
And you didn't get 3 phone calls?
No, I didn't. Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that he would just right to my ear, I was like, oh my God. And I just knew there was no winning. Well, I won because they knew that I wasn't going to stand for it.
Yeah. But what's going on? Why are they after you?
I think they, at this point, maybe hate themselves, hate their jobs. And, you know, people always try to lash out, and they always lash out the people they think are most easy target. Yeah. And it always seems to be like they determine right or wrong that the female is an easy target. But they don't know me. They don't know that I don't put up with this. Yeah, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so scared.
Yeah. So you think they're unhappy with the way things are
I don't
going?
think Grant likes his new job.
What is his new job?
He's now considered a project foreman, I believe.
Okay.
So he's got more bureaucracy crap, and like he doesn't get to be out in the field. Like it's just
responsibility.
And more responsibility. He has to do our timesheets. Oh, and that's another thing. He missed all the overtime for the MSOs. We just got our base salaries.
Oh, really? So you guys were owed some more money?
It just wasn't in the paycheck, in the pay stub, right? Automatic pay, it happens like that. And I sent them an email. I had called HR and cleared, like, where's my floating day? Where's all this stuff? Because I didn't know that it happened to other people. I just happened to be the first one to spot this, and I sent Rory and Grant this email. This was after this all happened, right? Right after. And so I sent them, and I just then shot that email to the head of HR of the Rockies, who's in Houston. I was like, I'm not having this. You know they really hate me. And then Grant had to eat crow because he sent out a general email to all of us MSOs and said, I dropped the ball on the overtime. This will never happen again. And you know he had to like write that email, and he was, and since I had
Probably HR got on him about that.
yeah, so you know I am on his royal shit list.
I'd probably be doing the same thing with you if somebody called me and started giving me a bunch of crap. Just hang up. But I'd tell them, well,
I have to be respected, and I can't be lied to. Come on.
Yeah, that's. I didn't realize Grant was like that.
Neither did I. This is new. I used to be very friendly with him.
So you think it's because he's got more responsibility?
I don't know anymore. He's like become, mystery. That's what I'm surmising, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of pressures he's getting, but you know what? I don't care. Be a
That's
professional.
not on you. That's not your fault. Like you said, with people coming around adjusting chokes
and then they're denying that they're doing. I mean, I also, when after that happened, I called our head guy, Josh, the guy. You must know who Josh is. The guy that's kind of balding with the black hair, trim guy, who's from Billings. Well, there's a higher up than Rory. There's now this higher level that comes to all of our safety meetings. And I called him the next day, and they had already beat me. I wanted to get out ahead of it.
Yeah.
They had already called him and beat him. So, but he on the phone started to get frustrated with me, saying, "This doesn't make sense." Like it started to dawn on him that their story is so different than mine. Like it, but he wasn't gonna. They weren't gonna roll over and all side with me all of a sudden. I'm just a lowly MSO.
So he was still taking the word of Rory and Grant.
I'm sure he was, because I get the sense he could be a gullible person. I know he's a straight shooter and a straight arrow. I don't know if he knows the hornet's nest that he's dealing with here.
The viper's den.
I don't know, and that's kind of my sense for him. He's too much of a collegiate kind of guy.
Yeah. And you know what? He probably has a lot more dealings with Rory and Grant than he does with you.
Yeah,
a lot of times it's a lot easier
to just side
going
with
along,
them.
siding with them, going along with them, as opposed to you. Whether right or wrong, whether you're
no,
right
I
or
know.
wrong.
It's just human nature.
I'm gonna hear a lot more of it if I side with you. So. What happened, guys? Okay, well then that's
yeah,
it.
They're all political animals,
That, like I said, I feel bad for you. That you shouldn't have to be dealing with that.
Look, when Grant, if he keeps this up, and this just goes on and on, it's called a hostile work environment.
Yeah.
There's legal ramifications to if he chooses to go down that road. We'll see. All I can do is give them enough rope to hang themselves. I'm not saying it'll happen, but I'm perfectly aware, and they should know.
They should know that
they should
know
know
to
better.
Yourself. Yeah. You know how to care for yourself, to protect yourself.
It's like a no-brainer. I'm the only female in the field. It's like, hello.
So they need some more females in the field.
I will be here tomorrow.
Okay, I'll have some numbers for you.
Stay dry.
I'm going to try. All right, see ya.
Bye. So Rory's the superior, the superintendent, what am I saying? He sent out an email in the middle of the night, 4 o'clock in the morning, to all of us MSOs, saying there were 3 incidences of MSOs not being reachable by phone. And 2 of those incidences, he was talking about me, which I just explained to Jim. I will handle anything they throw at me.